Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we're doing the crossword for Friday, November 29th, 2024. So, did you do the crossword?
I did. I woke up from my food coma
I was going to
yesterday
ask.
and started it, but I finished it this morning.
Ah, okay. And what did you think of said crossword?
Well, it was a satisfying solve for me because I really didn't think I was going to get it done, but I did. So, and of course, the upper left and the bottom right corners were the ones that really stumped me. I never am good on those answers that are a common phrase, but maybe 4 or 5 words. You know, it's just like, oh, what could it be? So, but I eventually got them. I mean, I have to get quite a few letters before I can figure out what that phrase is.
So you're saying
and
you
when
wouldn't...
I guess, when I just guess out of the blue, I'm usually not right, and that was the case for me today. But I was corrected and got it all done.
I sometimes tend to do better on those. I certainly do better on those than the clues that require pop culture knowledge. You know, where if it's just an ordinary phrase, I have a much better chance of answering it than if you ask me who is an actress in such and such, and that's where I tend to go a bit off the rails. I mean, the clues that you're talking about, the common phrases, they tend to be longer. Yes. So, but somehow I don't know, a lot of times I feel like I'm on the same wavelength as the constructor when it comes to those. But, again, when they go into pop culture, I'm doomed, or for that matter, Spanish or foods of any variety.
Oh, you know about food.
Oh, there's a lot of foods that I don't know. As soon as they go into East Asian foods, I'm lost. So, in fact, I had problems today. This wasn't with an East Asian food, but 25 across light lager variety casually was pills.
Yes, for Pilsons.
Right. And,
I put pals because I was thinking maybe that would be short for pale, like pale ales.
Yes.
But it was wrong.
And actually, I may have had that same thing too. In fact, that was the very last letter that I filled in was 25 across. Really?
Me too, yeah.
No kidding.
I changed the A to an I.
Yep, because I had 7 down was polite gesture of acknowledgement, and I had hat tap. I thought you could just tap your hat, and I was fine with hat tap. And although the light lager variety as pals, I was wondering about that.
Yeah,
but
I was thinking pals, short for pale ales. But
it was a good crossword, though. It was by Willa Angel Chen Miller. This was her debut crossword. And Matthew Stock, his 30th.
Wow.
And he specializes, his most popular day for getting crosswords published is Friday. So he's right in his element. Actually, I take that back. He actually is published, he's gotten 7 Friday crosswords accepted, 8 Sunday crosswords.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed it. And I was glad I was able to get all the way through it because, as I said, I just was like, oh, man, I don't know.
Well, the top left corner was really, for me, quite daunting. They had one down, U.S. state capital with the highest altitude, and I eventually decided it was going to start with an S, and then I decided that there were no state capitals that started with the letter S.
Oh, what about Springfield, Illinois?
Okay.
We are a state we used to live in.
That is true. I forgot about that because everyone thinks Chicago is the capital of Illinois.
That's true. Many people do think that.
And the other one I'd forgotten about, if I ever knew it, was Santa Fe.
Santa Fe.
Because I was thinking it was going to be Denver.
Well, I thought, like Denver or Olympia, Washington, because that's close to Mount Rainier.
And Olympia has the advantage of fitting.
Maybe it was in Alaska, but no.
No, that would be Anchorage, right? Isn't that the capital of...
Anchorage, or is it Nome?
Oh, maybe it's Nome.
I don't know. Anyway, neither one of them would fit.
But Olympia fitted.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, absolutely. None of the letters matched, but still.
Right.
Yeah, but that whole area was there. There was tough because one across, never mind, was scratch that.
Yes.
And that took a bit.
Yeah, I never thought of that as a phrase.
I like the one right beneath it. 15 across. Question that can't possibly be answered. No. Are you awake?
Right. I had, are you alive?
Oh.
That worked. That seemed to be working pretty well, but then I had trouble with 8 down. Something indicated with the index and middle fingers.
You must have gone for V.
Well, I was thinking middle fingers are the 2 middle fingers in the middle. So I was thinking like 3 fingers.
Hang on.
The index and the 2 middle fingers.
How many fingers do you have on each hand? Just to make sure let's do a quick calibration here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you've got the requisite number. All right.
Mm-hmm. But it said middle fingers. But it was referring to the index finger as 1 finger and the middle finger as the second finger.
Yeah,
so those were fingers.
Yes.
But I was thinking indicated with the index finger.
Index and middle fingers.
Middle fingers.
So you had 3 fingers up.
Yeah. So I wanted it to indicate 3.
And
or
that would
W.
Oh. I thought that was going to be the Greek letter psi.
Well, anyway, it just meant 2 fingers, and 2 fingers mean 2.
Yes.
So, anyway.
Yeah, I didn't have I didn't overthink it the way you just did.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, 9 down, right next to it, bore, B-O-R-E, was had. And I'm like, oh, that form of bore. Mm-hmm. That was quite tricky.
Yes.
Because I was like, bore, it's just like, I thought maybe it had something to do with digging. And then, because I had dug, or I thought it might be dug, but of course that didn't match anything. And then bore as in put to sleep, but it was hard to get that to fit into 3 letters.
Right.
Into 3 squares, rather. Let's see. 3 down, goes for, was retails.
Yes.
That was tricky.
That was.
Yeah, that whole area was definitely, this is a Friday crossword, so we expect it to be tough. I was worried that I was, because then I went to the top right corner, and I had 12, at least I thought I had 12 across, hosp care providers, RNs.
Right.
But then I couldn't do much with 12 down. One whose hard work is showing, realtor.
Yes.
That was good.
That was very good.
I was thinking about a model or something, but...
Right. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And then...
At 16 across, you had solid, liquid.
Oh, EAU, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That one I did know. That was I was pleased to see. But 13 down, right next to realtor, skeptics retort. And of course I went immediately for prove it. But it was name one.
Name one, yes.
So I wasn't even close. But I had the N and A, and then I got started. And then 18 across, Fender product was an amp. So that they were sort of helping out a little bit there. But then right beneath that, 21 across, chemistry research centers, nuclei.
Nuclei, yeah. Yep.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Very, very good.
Oh, and 11 down, which was very close to bore, was begin a hole, tee up.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
That just didn't come to me immediately. I was thinking like, okay, how do you begin a hole? Well, you start digging, but wrong kind of hole. 22 down, world capital at roughly the same latitude as Montevideo, which is making a big assumption about my knowledge of Montevideo, and the answer was Canberra.
Right.
Which I believe we've been to.
We have been to Canberra.
But we forgot to write down the latitude and look due east or west and see Montevideo. Let's see. Montevideo's got to be in South America, right? I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
So we need a telescope, yes. A very big telescope.
Mm-hmm. And next to the bottom of Canberra, 43 down, that was one I did not know. But I got it through the crosses. Sautéed and simmered Japanese fish.
Dish.
Kinpira.
Right.
Kinpira, yeah.
I started with tempura.
Oh.
Because that was the only thing that looked like... I mean, it did have the P, the R, and the A matching up.
Yeah.
And of course, I'd never heard of Kinpira.
Kinpira, I wonder what it is.
I'll tell you, a sautéed and simmered Japanese dish.
And another one there that was a stumper for me, but then, it was sort of a hit your forehead when you figured it out, was 42 across. They might be down for a ski trip. Parkas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I had. I mean, I presume that's they're punning on the word down, right?
Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't quite fit, but you get the. I mean, it is a Friday.
Yeah, it does. They might be down.
Oh,
down
I see.
Parkas,
I see.
They
might be down.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but they would be down regardless of where you were taking them.
No, they're talking about the filling in the parkas is down.
I understand.
Uh-huh. But not all parkas are filled with down.
Right.
Some are filled with just fiber, synthetic fiber.
Sure, but I just found the wording just a little ersatz.
Oh.
44 down, made harmonious. I had tuned up, but it turned out to be attuned.
Attuned, yes.
And the one next to it, simply divine. 45 down was saintly.
Right.
I like that one.
I had the S, and I thought it was going to be so something, like so posh or so perfect or whatever.
That sounds promising.
But no, saintly.
I liked 54 cross, warhead, ? Anti.
Yes. Uh-huh.
That was tricky.
Mm-hmm.
And I remembered 49 across, big name in water filters, Brita.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, I sort of tottered between that and Braun for a bit, Braun.
No, that's an appliance manufacturer.
At least I was in the kitchen area.
I suppose, yes.
And then we had, 57 across, ones receiving free room and board for short, RAs.
That's right.
So we had RNs at the top right, and then we had RAs middle at the bottom.
Right. Mm-hmm.
48 down, hit podcast beginning in 2014. I tried to fit Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword in there, and it did not fit.
Well, it was a little before our time.
That's true. We have not been doing this since 2014, that is for sure. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, we'd be up to 10 million episodes. But it was Serial.
Serial, yes. I never heard of that.
I haven't either. Guess I'm going to have to go listen to it.
Mm-hmm. It's a hit. Maybe we could get some pointers.
Right. Call yourself Serial and start before anyone else has done a podcast.
Right. Mm-hmm.
47 across, Sully's was Tars.
Yes.
I went for Mars, but then that meant that 35 down script directive would have been exim as opposed to exit.
That's correct. Yes.
Let's see. I liked 40 down, burn unit, calorie.
Yes.
That was sort of cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then hassock by another name was OTTOMON.
Right.
I went for settee.
Oh, no.
See, I'm just
settee is like a little sofa.
I'm just basically guessing at furniture at this point. I know furniture about as well as I know Spanish and exotic foods.
Well, you know what a hassock is, right? It's like a footstool.
See, I always get that confused with a hammock, the thing that you hang between two trees.
Oh, okay. Well.
So I'm not afraid to hang a hassock between two trees. Mm-hmm. I guess that might be perilous.
Yeah, it would be.
Let's see. I liked 68 across. Just about done. Was nearly ready.
That's right.
I started off with almost.
Oh.
Which fitted. Almost ready. Mm-hmm. But it was nearly ready.
That's right.
And then you needed that end to form the end of 51 down. Gather some intel. I had spy on.
Oh.
But it was recon.
Recon. Yeah.
And I had no idea what to make of the next 56 down. Half of a noted arcade pair, Dave.
Dave and Buster's.
Okay. Isn't that a restaurant?
Yes. Well, it's kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese's. It's a restaurant with a lot of arcade games in it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. For people who don't want to eat.
Well, it's for kids' parties and stuff.
Got it. Mm-hmm. So let's see if there's anything else. 32 down. 32 down was branded coffee pod. I tried to fit Tim Hortons in there, but I only had 4 letters. It was K-Cup.
K-Cup. Yes, I don't know if Tim Hortons makes coffee pods.
So I've
never seen those in the store.
What's the K? Is that Koenig?
Keurig.
Keurig, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have some of those in our kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'll tell you another one that I was really annoyed at myself that I could not come up with. 26 down. Cogsworth compatriot in Beauty and the Beast, Lumiere.
Lumiere, yes.
I had the LU. I had it ending in RE, and I just couldn't put it together for the longest time. Also, 38 across, certain lifelike sculpture, or what you might call 26 down being Lumiere, was wax figure.
That's right.
That took a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if there's anything else. 29 across. 29 across was makes into a soft fabric as wool. I wanted it to be spins, but it was felts.
Yes.
So spins doesn't work? Don't you spin wool?
You spin wool, but you don't spin fabric.
Well, it says as wool.
Like wool fabric. How do you make it? How do you make it soft? You felt it.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting...
Which means you put it under pressure and heat.
Oh.
And moisture.
Perhaps that could be a fun fact for a Fun Fact Friday.
Well, perhaps, yes.
But not this Friday, because this Friday we have another fun fact.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right. Well, the Tuesday crossword of this week had a clue, 46 across, sandwiches that kickstarted the fast food breakfast industry. And the answer was Egg McMuffins, and it was a debut entry. Mm-hmm. So we've done some painstaking research into Egg McMuffins. This is from Wikipedia, and actually the article is titled McMuffin. McMuffin is a family of breakfast sandwiches sold by the international fast food restaurant chain McDonald's. The Egg McMuffin is the signature sandwich, which was invented in 1972 by Herb Peterson to resemble Eggs Benedict, a traditional American breakfast dish with English muffin, ham, eggs, and hollandaise sauce. In the U.S. and Canada, the standard McMuffin consists of a slice of Canadian bacon, a griddle fried egg, and a slice of American cheese on a toasted and buttered English muffin. I assume they also include a gift certificate to like the local cardiologist who can save you from yourself. But the round shape of the egg is made by cooking it in a white plastic ring surrounded by an outer metal structure. There's also a vegetarian version named McMuffin Egg and Cheese in countries like France and Germany. I find it interesting that they would be selling that in Germany. I figured that was a big meat-eating country. Mm-hmm. Since 2019, it is available all day long in France. Whew.
Wow.
Okay, here is some brief history. The sandwich was invented in 1972. Former McDonald's president Ray Kroc wrote that Herb Peterson and his assistant Donald Greedle, the operator of McDonald's Santa Barbara franchise in Goleta, California, asked Kroc to look at something without giving details because it was a crazy idea. A breakfast sandwich. It consisted of an egg that had been formed in a Teflon circle with the yolk broken and was dressed with a slice of cheese and a slice of grilled ham. It was served open-faced on a toasted and buttered English muffin. The advent of the Egg McMuffin opened up a whole new area of potential business for McDonald's, the breakfast trade.
Whoa.
One reason the sandwich was served open-faced was that a small tub of strawberry preserves was provided along with a knife. The sweet and savory approach did not catch on, at least in the U.S., although a packet of strawberry preserves will still be provided upon request.
Ooh.
The first McDonald's corporate-authorized Egg McMuffin was served at the Belleville, New Jersey McDonald's in 1972. I hope they had a big ribbon-cutting ceremony.
I was going to say, wouldn't you love to have been there?
Maybe they had a band. Maybe they had like some bagpipers.
I wonder who was the first person to order an Egg McMuffin. I mean, that would have been kind of scary.
I think it would have been her. Well, obviously they've sort of tested it out a bit.
I know, but this would be the first customer
right.
to eat an Egg McMuffin, to actually order and pay for it.
Well, it might have been that they had a ringer in the audience. It was probably Ray Kroc who ordered it, trying to look like he wasn't the former president of McDonald's. Mm-hmm. So, nutritionally, by the way, a McMuffin has 300 calories, which actually doesn't sound like a lot.
No.
It's got 30 grams of carbohydrates, 18 grams of fat, including 5 grams of saturated fat and no trans fat, and 18 grams of protein.
That's pretty healthy.
The 18 grams of protein seems a little low. I mean, they've got bacon in it, they've got eggs in it, they've got cheese in it.
Ham. They've got ham.
What?
Ham.
What happened to the bacon?
No, it's ham.
No, it says in the U.S. and Canada, the standard McMuffin consists of a slice of Canadian bacon, a griddled fried egg, and a piece of American cheese.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. But originally it said it was
ham.
A ham, yeah. Mm-hmm. But it is Canadian bacon.
Right.
Oh, mm-hmm.
So anyway, there are a few fun facts about the McMuffin.
Very good. Now we know.
Now we know, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that is it for today then. So thanks everyone for listening. Remember, we love feedback. crosswordpodcast@icloud.com. And we will be back again with our cutting edge analysis of Saturday's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.